What's up, everybody? My name is Spencer Serenilla, and I've done internships for some investment banks and some private equity shops. And I've learned a couple things over my time networking for these opportunities. And these things I've been able to sum up as 7 rules that have helped me to find great success in networking. So first, don't sound desperate or needy. Number 2, ask great questions. Number 3, be genuine. Number 4, don't treat an interaction like a transaction. Number 5, know what you want. Number 6, have a plan. And number 7, make sure you can find someone in the industry you can trust to ask a lot of questions to. And these are the 7 rules that have helped me to find great success in networking. All right, rule number 1, don't come off as desperate or needy. I cannot stress this rule enough. There are so many people out there who go up to people and ask them, hey, can I get an interview or an internship offer? Who does that? It's almost like going up to someone after a first date and saying, hey, do you want to get married? No, that is so bad. Please, do not do that. And this leads me to my rule number 2, which is ask great questions. Now, there's a lot of things you can ask, and there are a lot of bad questions you can ask, like how much money do you make, or you could ask things about politics. Those are the kind of things that can really derail your conversation right from the get-go, and I would avoid talking about those things at all costs. Now, some of the questions you can ask revolve around helping you understand more about a person's background as well as their job and what they do. So you could ask things like, what are some of the projects that you enjoy working on? Could you tell me more about them? Or what are some things that you and your coworkers like to do outside the office? Questions like this are open-ended and allow you to gain and learn more things than simply asking yes or no type of questions. Which brings me to rule number 3, which is be genuine. Now, being genuine is more than just smiling, nodding, and repeating back what the person's saying. It's really finding a connection between the two of you. And if you're struggling to find things to connect on, I'd highly recommend writing down some of your favorite hobbies or pastimes that you love to do, and then casually bring them up in conversation when you talk about what are some things that maybe the individual likes to do outside the office. Now, if they mention something that's on your list, that's a home run, but when they ask you some of your hobbies or pastimes, then you can bring up some of these things and talk about them for a little bit. And this is a great way to really lower the walls between the two of you and to really open a person up. And for me, I found this to be very successful because when I was talking to an investment banking analyst, I was talking to him about Call of Duty Warzone. And we got on this topic because after a long, hard days of work, he and his coworkers would love to hop on the Xbox and play some Warzone. And we were able to connect on that for a couple minutes. And our conversation was able to flow much more smoothly as a result. So I'd highly recommend finding things to connect on and simply going with the flow for a couple minutes when you first talk to an individual. It'll really help set you apart and help you really come off as a genuine individual. And now this brings me to my 4th rule number 4. Don't treat an interaction like a transaction. Now, treating an interaction like a transaction means going up to a vending machine and pressing D9 and getting your chips. It's simply more than just going in, getting information, and getting out. Like I said, it's being genuine and asking things that help you connect on an individual basis. There's a lot of people who go in and are rigid, relax, shake a little bit, and be calm in your demeanor and tone of voice. And it'll go a long ways. Number 5, know what you want. There's a lot of people out there who simply go into these networking calls and are kind of wishy-washy and say, you know, I'm really interested in this career path. I'm also interested in this career path, as well as your career path. It really throws them off, and they're not really sure if you're serious about the interaction. So to avoid this pitfall, it's important that you've done your research beforehand and have written down some things that you find to be attractive about the career field and have led you to wanting to talk to them in that particular moment. And even though if you're not totally set on a career path or the job function relative to the person that you're talking to, at least they will know that you've done your research and that you're not wasting their time. Which brings me to rule number 6, which is to have a plan. Having a plan also involves doing your due diligence and research beforehand. There's a lot of people who go into these networking calls and simply don't look up what the company does on their website or learn a little bit about the individual's background from a simple LinkedIn search. These things you can easily Google and look up, and it avoids you from looking kind of dumb. So to help yourself have a more productive conversation, it's important that you read up on some things on their 10K or 10Q, which is their annual reports or quarterly reports that they release publicly to investors. Reading up on those things can really give you a deeper dive into what the company does, and also learn more about some of the things that they're doing or hoping to do in the future. And then you can tailor your questions around things or projects that may be related to these investor memos, which will help you look really intelligent when you're talking to these individuals. Which brings me to rule number 7, find someone in the industry you can trust. Now, these individuals may not help you find that dream job right off the bat or lead to an interview or a job offer, but these interactions are very crucial because you can gather some really valuable information. Information that can help you understand more about the job function, learn some industry lingo, or even some basic trends relative to this industry. These individuals are usually in the form of family or friends, as well as alumni or acquaintances, and so forth. And you can find these individuals by reaching out to who you know and asking if they know someone in this space. So there's a lot of things you can do, but most of all, the greatest thing you can do is to just talk to these people and just simply learn from them. So, in summary, these 7 rules are: number 1, don't sound desperate or needy. Number 2, ask great questions. Number 3, be genuine. Number 4, don't treat an interaction like a transaction. Number 5, know what you want. Number 6, have a plan. And number 7, find someone in the industry you can trust. And I hope that as you apply these rules into your life and as you go about a network, I hope that you will find great success as I have in applying these things. So thanks again for tuning into this video, and hope to see you guys next week.